Everybody. This is another chapter of Be Heard, the podcast that is being produced for women empowering other women. I'm a little disappointed. Let's see how I handle that. I had a scheduled guest, and for some reason, she did not come. never had that happen before. So let's hope nothing bad happened to her. And it's just one of those things. So with that in mind, I'm going to talk about chaos. I am writing a third book, and it's called The Relentless Quest for Spirituality. Or I might call it The Relentless Quest for Serenity. That's even better, because you can't have spirituality if you don't have serenity. And you'll see how my voice holds up. I'm going to read just a little bit of this to you, okay? Chaos. I'm no stranger to chaos. The first half of my life was filled with it. But just because you are familiar with something does not mean you should like it. There are people that are adrenaline junkies. That was not me. In part because I never had a minute of peace from the womb through my 30s. When my mother found out she was pregnant with me, she tried to miscarry. And she used primitive means known to her in 1948. My mother was Roman Catholic, and the Catholic Church since the 18th century has maintained that life begins at conception, and therefore intentional abortion is the willful taking of a life. So my mother would rather kill me than have me in her world. I feel that even the fetus can feel when it's not wanted. And there's been research on that. I finally married just to escape the insanity and abuse. They say you marry your father. I did a couple of times. My first husband was just a younger, cuter version of my father. I went from the frying pan into the fire. I had married Jack in 1968, and the character defects I had avoided looking at started to emerge after a few months. He would get drunk every weekend. He could not seem to find a job. He was very controlling and possessive. Very early into the marriage, I suspected he was fooling around. False hope and denial are such strong factors in this functional relationship. Cheaters know exactly what powerful manipulation tools hope and denial are. I stayed in the mayhem much too long, and I believe that my abandonment issues existed at a cellular level. I think that when my mother made the premeditated decision to miscarry, that seed of unworthiness was planted. The Buddhists even have a theory on that. They believe there are energy patterns that get stuck in your heart and block your energy flow. They call them samskaras. They originate when a thought wave arises in the mind. And once this thought mind wave has left the conscious mind, it sinks down into the subconscious or unconscious mind, where it remains in the form of a samskara. As such, these serve as memory stores that hold all past experiences in perfect detail. And when memories are recalled, the samskaras come back to the level of the conscious mind in waves of recollection. So each time one is recalled and repeated, the groove gets deeper and the impression gets stronger, ultimately leading to the formation in habits. I bring this up because that is what causes women to get into abusive relationships, feeling that they are not worthy of anything better than that. And it comes from a deep-rooted belief that you might not even realize you have. Samskaras have a residual potency that can potentially influence your future. And they are associated with the theory of karma. The actions accumulated in one lifetime will pass on to future reincarnations. This is Buddhism. I'm not a Buddhist, but I find it's very, very interesting that these scares can color perceptions of yourself and others, and these are positive or negative ways. So the aim of spiritual practice is to seek out and strengthen certain samskaras, the negative ones, while eliminating them, which the ones that do not align with your moral, ethical values. And the primary way is through yoga and practicing meditation, and that helps me a lot. I practice meditation, self-reflection. I'm in professional counseling, and I practice gratitude on a daily basis. And my feelings of fear, anxiety, unworthiness, and hopelessness have started to heal. I had tried to push those feelings down, first with being an overachiever, and then trying to fix everyone's problems. Later in life, I self-medicated with alcohol, food, men, anything outside of myself, so I didn't have to look inside myself. And I know today, the apparent turmoil of today's world sometimes causes me to feel a bit shaken. When that happens, I pause, I take a deep breath, and I let go. At least I try to let go of the negativity. Exhaling the worry, breathing with each beat of my heart, going down further, relaxing into peace. And I believe our thoughts and actions contribute to a peaceful world. I might not have learned coping skills from my parents, but what I have learned from my life is that the human spirit is strong and can overcome almost anything. I still have a lot to learn and discover about life, love, joy, and my true self. Today, my heart is open, and I look forward to continuing the journey. And I will end this with a quote by Terence McKenna. You are a divine being. You matter. You count. You come from realms of unimaginable power and light, and you will return to those realms. Namaste.